Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. We've been trying to warn these leftoids for the last couple of years to cut the woke crap. You know, that infamous clip, the infamous quote that we always play during moments like these. Let's play it.
Everything woke turns to okay?
Everything woke turns to you-know-what. We've been trying to warn them. Stop the woke crap. It's an unsustainable practice. It's going to lead to total decimation, utter collapse of your organization's ideology and content. They didn't want to listen, but the evidence continues to pile in that that's exactly what's happening, that Donald Trump was absolutely correct in his assessment, that everything woke turns to you-know-what. We got a couple things to talk about today. We're going to start off with Megan Rapinoe, then let's get into whatever's going on at Disney. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so everything woke turns to you-know-what. And one woke thing that's turning to you-know-what is Megan Rapinoe's legacy and career. I don't know, call it karma, call it whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it deserved. Here's Megan Rapinoe playing her final career game. Well, it all came to an abrupt, unfortunate end for the woke wannabe political activist soccer player as she suffered an injury on the field, a non-contact injury, during her last moment on field.
And it would be devastating for her if she weren't able to continue.
Oh, and this is a player that we know has battled some injuries as of late in her career, and there she goes down, just unattested on the top of your screen, off to a bright start.
It appears a substitution is about to be made. And this is such a sad, sad way for Megan Rapinoe's professional career to come to an end.
You know, not much to say about it. It just kind of is what it is. I think in a way it's an appropriate culmination. It's another layer of embarrassment for Megan Rapinoe. I'm not going to say that she deserved it because, you know, obviously I don't want anyone to really get injured, but it is fitting and maybe it's divine repercussion. Maybe this is what happens when you defraud the public. Maybe this is what happens when you launch one of the most frivolous, bogus, garbage lawsuits, a case built purely on lies and propaganda, attempting to use feminism to line your pockets. That's exactly what Megan Rapinoe did. This is a fitting end result. I mean, it's appropriate. It's not great, you know, it's nothing really to celebrate, but it's appropriate. I think that's pretty much all I gotta say there. That's one woke, let's call it a situation, ending appropriately, going to you-know-what. Here's another. If I say woke entertainment, what's the first company that comes to mind? I know, stupid question, rhetorical question, you already know the answer. Disney Studios, right? Well, Disney back in 2009 purchased Marvel Studios, only to turn the MCU into the MSHU. Hashtag girl boss feminism, my female empowerment feminist superheroes. Because as we know, men aren't allowed, their space is their entertainment. No, we need the cultural Marxist communist revolutionaries to force feminist propaganda down our throats. The Disney strategy as of late is exactly how South Park laid it out in their most recent episode.
Is there a problem, people?
No problem at all, Mrs. Kennedy.
We were just discussing ideas of what to do with the new Prince Eric movie.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
Yes, Miss Kennedy, some of the execs are just expressing that maybe...
Well, that maybe we should go a different route than we did with Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, put a chick in it and make her name it gay!
I mean, that has been the strategy, and that's exactly what they did with The Marvels, a highly touted movie with a mostly female cast. Is basically the all-females Ghostbusters superhero edition. Well, expectations were high from all the industry insiders. They had big expectations for this all-female cast, mega woke, feminist superhero movie. And well, the end result is as expected. Let's give it away to Donald Trump.
Everything woke turns to okay?
The Marvels wins the box office but has the worst MCU opening weekend of all time. While The Marvels may have won domestic weekend box office, not exactly competing against anything really relevant, it also had the worst MCU opening of all time with ticket sales of 47 million. As reported by ComScore, The Marvels' performance places it below The Incredible Hulk's 55.4 million, Ant-Man's 57.2 million, and Captain America's The First Avengers at 65 million. At the international box office, The Marvels, which is the 33rd MCU film, brought in 63.3 million combined with the North American total, this amounts to a global debut of $110 million. For comparison, Captain Marvel opened in 2019 with an estimated $153 million domestically and an additional $302 million internationally, with a worldwide total of $455 million. An absolute frickin' dumpster fire. It's no surprise. I went to watch it for research purposes. It was absolute unadulterated trash. No wonder this is what happens when you focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion instead of making a good movie. This is what happens when you focus on casting people based on their genitalia and skin color instead of finding the most talented people for the job. And that, of course, applies to the writers. It applies to pretty much everybody from the start of production to the end. And once again, it seems Disney just doesn't get it. I don't know what it's going to take for them to understand. I mean, I don't know how many billions this company has to lose for them to understand that people are just not interested in the woke crap. But who knows, maybe one day we'll get there. We do have some evidence, in a way, that Disney's becoming maybe a little bit receptive to the idea that, well, we're kind of done with their BS. We all remember the Rachel Ziegler arc, the actress chosen to play Snow White in the upcoming film, a great woke legacy she's leaving behind.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. With a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Well, obviously the internet wasn't having any of it. The fan base wasn't having any of it, especially the whole woke diverse crew that they replaced the 7 dwarves with. Casting little people in 2023 is really insensitive, not the woke thing to do. Even though I'd argue that's a discriminatory practice that takes away little people's representation in media. Well, after all the backlash, the release of Snow White has been delayed till 2023. It seems like they're, reshooting most of it. And recently, this popped out of nowhere. It seems as though they might have replaced the diverse woke 7 with 7 CG dwarves. Now, I'm not sure if this image is real, but it does seem high quality enough to be believable. Unless somebody used AI to generate those 7 dwarves, then placing Rachel Ziegler in the shot, but I don't think so. Looks like top of the line visual effects to me. But anyways, the timeline, the storyline is really what we're focused on here. Disney continues to try to double down on the feminist woke trash. They keep trying to go woke, but they keep going broke, and it seems like, well, now the only thing that's broke is the camel's back, as they're giving in. People are finally realizing that when it comes to the woke world, all roads lead to you-know-what. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.